The Buss family has owned the Laker franchise since 1979. We all know what Jerry Buss meant to the NBA and what he meant to the LA Lakers. The Lakers became Showtime. The Lakers became the stopping point for every great player of that era, 70s into the 80s, into the 90s. Lakers 12 championships along the way during the Buss era. Jerry passed on. His family, led by the daughter Jeanie Buss and the sons, took over operation of the franchise. They struggled early on. Jeanie finally gained full control, had her brothers removed from the operation, has run a decent franchise. Jeanie Buss equals Phil Jackson, success, Shaq, Kobe, etc. Jerry West, last great general manager, but he left because of the decisions Jeanie Buss made. And then all of a sudden, it became Dysfunction Junction. Do you know, with all the trophies they have in their office window, that look down on the practice facility, and John, it's really impressive. With all those gold NBA trophies, they have only one championship in 13 years under the Jeanie Buss operation. They've had only 6 winning seasons in 13 years. They've had change after change after change in general manager, and obviously roster turnover. The question is LA Laker basketball a destination point any longer? Might be right now. Mark Walter from TWG, big global investment firm, bought controlling interest. I'm told 66% of the stock from Jeanie Buss. She will continue to be the representative on the board of governors to the NBA on behalf of the Lakers. But Mark Walter runs the Dodgers. We know what Dodger baseball has become. All those first place finishes, World Series rings. We know the Dodgers, record payroll. The Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. And what the Dodgers have done in terms of commitment to things in the community, plus the renovation, $500 million to historic Dodger Stadium at Chavez Ravine. So it's nobody expected this. But at the end of the day, the price was phenomenal. $10 billion, the highest amount of money ever paid for a professional franchise, was in the NFL. The Washington Redskins Commanders were sold to Josh Harris for $6. Mark Walter bought the legacy that is Laker basketball at $10. Money will be no object. It will no longer be a family-run operation. It is financed by Mark Walter TVG or TWG, and we know what corporate financing has done in terms of making the Dodgers a better organization. To me, it's a fascinating story.
This just came out of left field. I mean, I didn't see this coming at all. Funny you call it Dysfunction Junction. It's like that old Schoolhouse Rock. Like, what's your function, man? So, I think if you're a Laker fan, I think this is great news. I mean, because there's been a lot of question marks about Jeanie as the leader of that organization. And it seemed like previous Lakers, going back to the Dr. Buss, and then who was the guy before? It was Kent Clark?
Jack Kent Cook.
Jack Kent Cook,
entrepreneur, Minneapolis Lakers, founded the LA Kings, built the Great Western Forum,
mm-hmm.
but Jerry Buss moved in and bought it as Jack Kent Cook became an older gentleman, and he elected to step away from sports. And Jerry Buss's tenure is great as anybody in the league.
But what's interesting is all of those eras, I always think of the Lakers as being a very homegrown roster that will go out and cherry pick and get the one big dude, whether it was Wilt the Stilt or it was Kareem or it was Shaq. But they wouldn't go for like 4 or 5 big name guys. They went and bought one, but then they drafted well and had a good organization and they surrounded them with talent. The Jeanie Buss era has been a failure at doing that.
I think so. The last great homegrown Laker, Kobe Bryant, a long time ago. That was a Jerry West acquisition, and Jerry was the tail end of the Jerry Buss operation.
Mm-hmm.
And Magic Johnson came on board, and that did not work out, and they've gone through GMs and coaches, etc. You're right. I mean, you reflect back on the greatness of the Lakers. Magic, draft pick, homegrown.
Mm-hmm.
James Worthy, homegrown. You go way back. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Gail Goodrich,
Yeah.
all homegrown.
Yeah.
So new era coming. It's going to be fascinating to see what the Lakers become under Mark Walter compared to what they've been in the recent years under Jeanie Buss. And I like Jeanie. I've interviewed her a number of times, had good working relationship with her when I was doing sports talk radio. But at the end of the day, scoreboard does not lie. Look at where your franchise is now compared to where it used to be. There have not been any trophies nor any jerseys hung up there, with the exception of one championship in the COVID season. So this fascinating story.
Now, do you think like Jerry Buss is up in heaven somewhere? Do you think he's smiling, or do you think he's a little bit upset?
They're going to bring back the legacy of what it was.
And his daughter's making bank. I mean, that asset's really cashed in.
Well,
I got to think he's happy right now.
I think so too. And we'll just see what the end result is. But that scoreboard does not lie. That scoreboard at Dodger Stadium is a prime example of who Mark Walter and TWG is. And Guggenheim is owner of the Dodgers. Look at what they've become in the last 12 years.
Oh, God. Now we're going to be going Lakers, Lakers, with this good management. So, yeah, they got money. They got the backing. Good for them.
Okay, you're an NBA fan, somebody who's a Lakers fan. Jump on the Lakers line in the fans forum chat box. Give us an opinion. Want to hear what you got to say about that. We're not done with basketball. We got other topics here, John.